So the topic that I'm going to be speaking today is never lose a lead, and it's driving my business through my database and SOI, and I can kind of share with you my experience of throughout my history. I've been in real estate for almost I think 8 years now, and there was a time in my career that I don't know, I don't know, you always have come to a wall almost, and you have to overcome, climb over the wall, right? And feel like, hey, what's in it for me? What's next, right? So I hit that when I lost one of my previous partners, and she moved out of the country. And I thought, okay, what am I going to do now? And I thought, okay, this is the best time to really and see where I am. Like as a realtor, I've been in business for 4 years at that time. And so I caught every marketing that I had paid for, and I really wanted to see what I put out there, the seeds that you plant, and see what it was, going to get me. So I'm going to take you through this journey and how I did that, right? And how I drive my business still. So it's a little who I am, right? Wife, mom, boss, couple pictures there for my family, myself, my husband, teams. So just like Nick mentioned, and Cedric as well yesterday, my business is really targeted towards relationships. So for me, it is important for me to make a connection with you, get to know who you are, what your goals are, your why, and then I drive through that, into the journey, right, the experience. So in this slide, last year alone, I think we did over 300,000 just in referrals alone. And that's referrals not from other agents, but really through my own SOI, past clients, friends. So it's really special. When it comes like that, repeated business, it's really rewarding. Just like David mentioned, database, right? Your processes, really ensure that, the basics that can be mentioned. Make sure that your priority is building your database, make sure that you're entering everything in, agents that are newer. I know it's a routine that you have to get used to, but like really enter everything, the name, the email, phone number, get their birthdays, get their anniversaries, get their kids' names. That's important for family that, if the kids walk in, their name, right? So just really ensuring that you do those basic steps, right? To feed that the database. Couple things like you can do pop-by gifts. So I used to do that earlier, in my career, just kind of stop by clients, home, provide like a little housewarming gift. I had a client a couple years ago that really touched me. I stopped by to her home because it was Thanksgiving. She had lost her husband, so she was a widow, and she had no one with her on Thanksgiving. And so I went to the store Wegmans that we had near our house, and they had all those Thanksgiving meals, and I brought her a couple, and that, she cried, and that like was touching, So just little things like that, it goes a long way. It creates that relationship for life. So those are the things that impact life. Yeah. So you got that customer for life, that. Sending flowers, this was a cool one. Sending flowers on behalf of the husband. So maybe get by, if you know their anniversary, prior to the anniversary, go to the husband and say, hey, I have a gift certificate, on your behalf. Go to the florist, local florist, and get flowers for your wife on your behalf. Now, how cool that looks, right? So I thought that was a really cool one. Remembering the birthdays and birthday cards and kids' names and that sort of thing. So processes, right? Systems and processes. Really ensuring your daily schedule set. Lead generation, like we've been talking about it. A lot of things that helped me earlier in my career was getting scripts. I would get really nervous talking on the phone. I don't know why, even though I love talking to people. So I would just write basic things, like who you were, what are you trying to accomplish, right? So you don't forget. And so you could look credible, if you stumble on your words and that sort of thing. So designing the scripts, which as a team, we provide. If you don't have any, we can get some to you. And keep them genuine, really. Be true to who you are. And, because that comes out, your voice, you can hear the smile through the phone if you're making those calls, right? And when you're in person, it's a giver, right? So So really checking into everybody. Another big one that I used to implement, and I think we're getting back to it. We've had a lot of transitions, but it was building a directory of all the local vendors within your market. So, all the contractors, everyone that really helps you in your business, photographers, right? Title agents, lender, contractors, anything like that. And really build that relationship with them, but also do a referral system where you're giving them reviews, they're giving you reviews, so it actually can, bring you back some referrals as well. And then my most important thing that, like I've been sharing, is really getting to know that person, right? So I have a few special people in my life here that does, a lot of those are my wife. Now I want to get emotional.
That was yesterday.
I know. I didn't want to, but
David put the spell on us.
I know. Yeah.
David's fault.
I mean, there's so many more people that are missing in this slide, but my husband's my biggest fan. I know he hates when I'm on the phone too much. He's always like, hey, I need you here. Even yesterday, he actually made me sit down for like 2 minutes in the room, even though I wanted to get out so bad. And he's like, you need to take it in, take a moment. So, I love you, and thank you for, being so supportive through this career, because I know it's crazy, right? And of course, I have a lot, partners that I can see. I know, 21 years, yeah. Thank you. But my why is, my family, leaving a legacy for them. It goes also further into where I'm from. I recently visited in January for the mastermind in Puerto Rico, and I went to my hometown, which is a little tiny, valley town in Puerto Rico, and seeing how humble they lived, and like even my family, like they're sharing a TV in the driveway so people can come and watch. We all have TVs in our room, and we take it for granted, So, like for us, like for me, I feel like if I'm able to provide not just a great life for my family, and be able to provide it for the community, I think is really important. So find out your clients' why, and not just your clients, your partners. Find out their why. And that will make that experience not just working with them, but with your partners, building something much bigger. It really helps you like elevate your game and them as well, so you grow together. But definitely in your clientele, finding out why the plan, whether they have a plan B, so knowing that's important. It's going to drive your business. And education is like really important for me as well. You have clients that are not knowledgeable of the market, not knowledgeable of the process of the title or even the lending. And so that's really, it gives you value if you understand. So just like David said, get with your partners, get to know their processes, because that's going to make you stronger as an agent. And it's going to help you guide your clients as well through that process. And you're just going to build better relationships overall and elevate your game. And I also had show of gratitude there for Renee. She helps me. She reminds me of that every day. And then our partner, one of our partners in EXP, follow-up is key. I actually had this made prior to him. I had similar presentation already that I kind of tweaked for today, but just doing follow-ups. Remember who your clients are. Schedule your time, just like lead generation. This is another type of lead gen, and it's just following up to let them know that you're there for them. Send them a message, send them a Facebook pictures, whatever that may be. Make sure that feel important. Using your CRM to set those reminders. So let's see. Oh, and then one little thing that I learned from my partner here, David, is because I never used to use a lot of social media back in the day. David was like, add them to your social media. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, do I let them in? And he was like, yes, let them in. So I have. And, that actually created even longer relationships. I started a private group with my clients and, friends and past clients. And they actually called me and said, hey, I love that. Like, I feel not even, like, I see where you're going, things that you're doing, and it helps them stay connected with me as well, even though I'm not there in person. So, and another very important thing, it's really extending out to the community. Staying relatable, like staying true to who you are, but also get involved, right? And so for myself, like one of the things that I got involved with was my son's ROTC program. So I became the president his senior year, and I told him I want to be there. He had been working a lot, and he was never home, right? And I knew that I was going to lose him to, university, or now he's in the Air Force. But I figured I need to spend time with him. And also, it's a twofer. I got to reach out to the community, help, the high school, help the students, give them opportunities, raise money, which gave them more things to do. And so that was really special to me. We even had them on one of our KW like events, and they came out and did a color guard, so everybody got to enjoy that. But really staying relatable and staying true to who you are. And so that was one way that I did that. So here we go. There's some examples here of getting involved. We did, back in the KW, we were big on Red Day. So we did help the community. Some of the pictures during special holidays, I would take pies to like the volunteer fire department, police department, taking pizzas or donuts on, on a random Friday, leaving your cards. And I would see, random like on our county Facebook page, they would say, hey, someone dropped this off, and they would send the picture of like our stuff and even our business cards. So that was really special, and it helps, drive your business as well. So different examples here. And then finally, asking for the testimonies. That really provides people to come back to you, right? The testimonies and reviews. And I just put a couple things there, like be different, so be different, be yourself, being consistent. So always make sure that you are, constantly giving back, and be relatable, and then be number one, right, in your market. To a couple of my closings as well, like Cedric, he makes it a special event, and that was something that I also was passionate about. I actually would do photo shoots with my clients. I started doing that one year, and they loved it. They actually would add pictures of this family here. Actually, the husband started tilting her and, making it all cute. Had another people who did reviews on videos, which was really cool. And then I'm going to leave you off with this picture, because I think a lot of my business where I drive it is I create the experience as well. So I thought that was appropriate to put in there. And create freedom, so invest in your time, right? So to having like life worth living. So I don't know. Do you have any questions?